Views expressed by Casters Guild members are only the opinions of that member, and that could change from day to day. Guild members may use mature language, but that in no way means they are mature. Listener discretion is advised.
Get to know us just a bit better, as we'll give you a list of some of our favorite things. Then feel free to let us know why your favorite things are better, because that's the spell we're casting tonight on Casters Guild. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Casters Guild. I am Guildmaster Rick Perry, and my life is run by lists.
And I am your Guildmaster Baron Kane, and I am number 2 in my top 10 favorite podcasters.
Yeah, you know what? You deserve that spot, buddy.
Hey, you got number 1.
Oh, my heart. Yeah, so tonight, on this podcast, sometimes we just want to talk about shit that we like. And what better way to talk about shit that you like than to list your favorite shit? So we put together some lists. We're probably, in no particular order, going to let you know our favorite things of these lists. So Baron, why don't you go ahead and get us started with your favorite YouTubers?
Cool. Okay, so I will say, again, no particular order. You know, I know you have your system. I have a hard time really quantifying a list in my favorite, because it's going to shift all the time. And also, especially when it comes to YouTubers, it's I like them for different reasons. But I guess I will say the YouTubers that I'm watching the most right now. Oh, and also I will tell you, I have teams of people that I watch.
Oh yeah.
So the people I probably watch the most right now is new rock stars. I've been watching them a lot because, especially here lately with D23 coming out, and, just a while ago they had all the San Diego Comic-Con stuff that came out. They do a bunch of theory videos, review videos on nerdy stuff. So I will watch, reviews on the latest She-Hulk, or the breakdowns on the trailers that just came out for D23. Also, their Easter egg breakdowns are the best. Especially, they're doing all the Rings of Power stuff that's out right now.
Oh, nice.
And all the stuff that, I feel like I'm pretty good at picking up on some of the stuff that they put out there. But damn, they really pick out some stuff that I completely missed. They caught Narsil.
That's really good, because I know a lot of people are very spoiler avoidant, or want to really figure a bunch of stuff out by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
As I get older, I get more and more like the opposite. Spoil me on everything, show me all the shit I miss, because I don't have time to watch these things 10 times to make sure that I catch all the stuff. So just show me and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. Let me experience it too, because you found it. And on top of that, all the reviews and everything, it's good to find somebody who has a similar opinion as you to keep you abreast of everything that is going on in the geek world, because there's so much.
Exactly. And then and let me tell you, I literally love everybody on that team. There's nobody in there that I dislike. One dude in particular I talked about on this podcast before, MT. He does theory videos, and he is Nerdstradamus. I mean, he makes some theories that end up just coming true, and it's he predicted Frogman showing up in the MCU. Straight up. How do you predict?
Who else saw that coming?
Yeah, how the fuck do you predict Frogman? Anyways, but I love them. And then they have a show called The Break Room, which is really, really fun to watch. It's an hour long, and they're just talking, doing silly shit, and it's just fun to sit there and just listen to them go to town while I'm doing whatever. But yeah, go check them out. Next is the Neebs crew. Neebs Gaming. They really got me into quite a few games that I probably would have never played before. And actually, I would argue that they really got me into watching YouTube videos. I mean, I would watch YouTube here and there, but they're the ones that really got me sitting down and watching episodically. Like, I would show up on, every day that they would release this certain, I think it was 7 Days to Die, maybe Tuesdays, I think that they would release it. I'm not sure. But, I would show up and watch every week. And then they just started releasing more stuff, and they're just funny. They're assholes sometimes, and sometimes I gotta stop and be like, maybe put a little bit more thought into what you're saying there, buddy. But they're also just playing characters of themselves as well, like
exaggerated versions of their own opinions.
Even Neebs is doing a voice. Like, that's not even, like, I mean, it is his voice, but it's a super exaggerated version of his voice. So, they're definitely playing characters of each other. And, I get it. Next, Ryan George. He's the screenwriter guy. They do the pitch meetings, Funny. He is hilarious. And I haven't missed a pitch meeting. It very much falls back. I'm noticing more and more that I have just a cinematic fascination. I love movies, and really anything that kind of relates to that I kind of have a good time watching, especially if it makes fun of it in a lighthearted kind of way. Like, you'll have some people that kind of make fun of stuff in kind of like a dicky way, and it's like, I'm more of a let people enjoy things kind of guy.
Yeah.
But definitely make fun of something for the flaws that it has. Which he does, and he does a great job at it. Really enjoy his stuff. He just got his own channel not too long ago.
I really appreciate his channel too, because some of the other short form sketches he does, like the first guy to ever rob someone or the first guy to ever have a house, like those are really cool. And you have to praise a guy who on YouTube is succeeding with the kind of content that he's doing, because short form content is not doing well on YouTube right now. It's just getting, shat on by the algorithm. And for him to be doing short form content and still doing as well as he is very impressive.
Absolutely. And speaking of the what am I trying to say? The algorithm just shitting all over people. One of my other favorite guys is Boris from Life with Boris. Granted, he does not have that channel anymore. He has it, but he doesn't update it anymore because the algorithm just kind of chewed him up and spit him out. And he got really, really upset with it. And I mean, I get it. I think that it's hard to really place your frustration appropriately in a situation like this, because to believe that the success of your channel completely rides on a random algorithm is sometimes hard to swallow.
Oh,
but
yeah.
That's kind of really what it is. You get a lot of people on TikTok talking about, oh, I've been shadow banned, or oh, I've been this, or oh, I've been that. And it's like, no, the algorithm just swung the other way.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It does suck. I'm sorry. But there's just something not connecting, and that's kind of what was going on with him. He wanted to do other things. His channel got really big and popular on the cooking stuff he did, which I loved. But his gaming stuff is good too, and that's kind of what he was wanting to do, and he wanted to do other stuff, but it seemed that the only thing that would pop on the algorithm was the cooking stuff. So
right.
Yeah, obviously he got frustrated. But he started up a new channel called Soup Kitchen Gaming. So if you like Boris and you're wondering where he went, Soup Kitchen Gaming. Track him down. Speaking of cooking, another YouTuber, which he's a professional chef, but I mean, he's definitely getting a lot of hype on YouTube, is Matty Matheson. He's just funny. And I mean, I don't want this to sound like I'm being a dick, but he definitely has a way about him where it seems like he does a lot better cooking stuff when it's like normal stuff. Like, he doesn't make fancy stuff. He makes... In fact, there's actually one episode he did where he did fancy cooking. and he got so frustrated through the whole thing. It was funny to watch.
Right.
But yeah, he's funny. I mean, I don't know anything about the guy personally, but he's got a wife and kids, and who seem to enjoy him. So maybe he's not so bad. Again, kind of hard to really gauge how a person is in their real life when they have a certain celebrity about them. But
sure, but I mean, like, if the content's good and he makes good food, it's what else really matters at that point.
Yep. I mean, honestly, I don't even really watch for the food. Sorry, Maddie, but I don't even watch for the food. I watch for him being funny. I watch for him having just complete breakdowns. I watch because his crew bullies him, and sometimes it's funny. It's horrible, but
I'm sure he doesn't care why you're watching as long as he gets the views.
You know what? I'm 100% sure he'll never hear this. So next up, I'm going to start digging into my D&D guys. And man, let me tell you, I could do a top 10 of my favorite D&D podcasters.
Sure.
I feel bad with the people that I got on here and left off. So let's start out with who do we want to start out with? I'm going to start out with Pointy Hat. Pointy Hat, he's new on the scene. Great stuff. He breaks down like a class or a race or a build of some kind. Talks about why it's good, talks about why it's bad, and then he submits his own alternative. Now, not only does he give you the idea for this alternative, but in the description, he puts the full build for you to use in your game. And accompanying that, he puts art to it, and you see through the whole thing the different things he has. I love his art style. It's great. Great ideas and great ways to look at things that we've probably been gaming with for a few years now and needs a fresh look. Next up is XP to level 3. It's funny how informative these guys are. Or actually, really, I've only seen the main guy on there lately. Is it Josh?
I want to say Josh. It sounds right. I don't know. I honestly have seen him more on TikTok than YouTube.
Oh yeah, he has started doing TikTok, hasn't he?
Yeah, but I think some of my favorite videos of his are like breakdowns of groups of books, like where he's like, "I'm going to tell you about every adventure supplement that has come out so far and what I thought of it and whether or not you should run it."
I will say that when I first started watching their stuff, it was funny and I loved it, and I love it now. There's nothing has changed, but oh man, the quality of their videos. I want to make fun of it, but as far as I'm concerned, it's better than the quality of my videos.
Sure,
but it's still like, oh, this is you're just kind of you got to be just kind of filming with your phone and cutting before you guys are done laughing about what you just filmed. and the bad acting but you know what though?
It all plays into it. It's part of the charm.
Yes. But none of that takes away from the sheer knowledge that he has for all this stuff.
Right.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed with his viewpoints and his knowledge on this, and not because of his age. I know I'm a 43-year-old man saying this, and it's not because of his age. It's I would challenge anybody, including people who work at Wizards of the Coast, to have the knowledge that this guy does for the product that they sell.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm very impressed by this guy.
And even the knowledge, not necessarily that they put out about the product, just things that he has figured out on his own on how to use it and how to react in certain situations, how to DM, how to be a good player, things that you can't find printed in one of those books.
Right, exactly. So yeah, very impressive stuff. And also he's putting out product too, which is amazing. So yeah, definitely go get on that. Next up is Mr. Rex. I've talked about him on here before. This guy is a font of knowledge. He will pick a subject in D&D and just deep dive into it, grab lore from every edition of the game, including novels and stuff like that, and just toss it into this breakdown. And if you ever wanted a full breakdown of a particular monster or whatever, just look up his channel. If it's got it on there, you're going to find out more than you will ever think that you would ever need to know on this. Definitely check it out. His Spelljammer stuff is fun. I like the Spelljammer. Well, I mean, I like all of the stuff, but he just did some Spelljammer stuff, I believe.
I've watched a lot of his dragon stuff, and it's really good, really in depth.
Well, he did a whole book on that too.
Mm-hmm.
The dragon stuff, which definitely check that out. A lot of these guys, these D&D guys, have done their own stuff, so definitely check out what they got to offer, please. They're all super knowledgeable. Oh, that's right, I forgot. The reason why I found Mr. Rex was his Elder Scrolls stuff.
Nice.
He did full breakdowns on Elder Scrolls stuff, which turned into he did World of Warcraft stuff too. Like a long time ago, but he did World of Warcraft stuff. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that. I missed that. Oh, I guess I got a lot more Mr. Rex stuff to watch. All right. Next up is Minecraft YouTuber. I don't really have a lot of favorites on there. I do have a couple, but I really like Fixit412. Mr. Fixit. I really enjoy his builds, but I mostly enjoy the lore that he builds around his builds. He puts a whole story to his stuff. And I just enjoy stories. So that's it gets me. So, and then finally, I would be remiss to not include this YouTuber in my list of top 10s. Me.
Oh, there you go.
I am a YouTuber. I haven't done much lately. I mean, obviously I have plans to get back and do some stuff, but it's kind of hard too when you have a full-on 9 to 6 job and to do work outside of work. It's exhausting.
Right.
So
and it's not like we don't have enough projects already.
Yeah, right. So I'm definitely thinking that eventually some projects are going to have to start to be weeded out just so I can start focusing on stuff that I want to do instead of what other people want me to do. Here soon. So once I do that, I will have more YouTube content as well as the Casters Guild content that we are still going to be popping out for you, which I'm pretty sure at some point, once this, we start getting more comfortable with our stuff, we both are going to be full-on Casters Guild YouTubers. Ooh, God, that came out weird, didn't it? Casters. Casters.
That was some real Midwest of you.
Oh, I know, right?
Casters.
Oh, you know what it is? It got chilly. It got chilly this weekend or today. So all that air from the northern Midwest came down. It was like, hey there, why don't you go ahead and take some of this air? Why don't you now? Like, oh no.
Also, before we get too far away from the fact that you made your own list, I have to say you deserve to be there because I have a lot of friends who make content, and I will watch it or leave it on the background or whatever because they're my friend and I want to support my friend. But I do legitimately get excited when I see that you've posted a video or you've posted a new TikTok. I really enjoy your content, so it's really good.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I do enjoy it, and I do genuinely enjoy the people who genuinely enjoy my stuff. And not that I don't enjoy the people who just support me, just to support me, but it really makes me feel good knowing that there are people that genuinely enjoy what I do. It definitely drives me to keep making it, even though it was never really my intention to make my stuff for anybody but my daughter. But I mean, I guess the channel was made for a specific reason. I could have posted 3 videos and that reason is there. I've now completed the reason for that. So me still going definitely comes from the support of other people of, hey, you should just keep doing this.
Right.
But yeah, that's my top 10.
Yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and get started on my list. I gave myself a couple stipulations, so just to keep the list the way I want it, I basically made each entry as small as possible. So if one YouTuber has multiple channels, I just listed that YouTuber. Or if one channel encompassed several YouTubers, then I listed that channel. Just whatever each entry encompassed as many people that I like as possible. And I also tried not to include a bunch of people from the same category. Like, I didn't want my list to be half D&D YouTubers and half animators. Like, I wanted to show some love to some other parts of YouTube. So, starting at the bottom of my list, and when I say the bottom, that doesn't mean they are the bottom. Like I said, it's technically no particular order. But number 10, I put Good Mythical Morning. Rhett and Link is just a good way to start your day. I go through these phases where I'll kind of forget they exist for a while and not watch a whole lot of videos. And then I'll flip a switch and all of a sudden I'll be looking for something to watch in the morning and I'll see Good Mythical Morning and I'm like, this is always a good time. And I'll click on it and then I'll watch them every morning for a long period and then I'll go dormant again. But I always know that when I need that content, Rhett and Link are going to deliver.
Yeah, that's fair. I've actually been really getting into their stuff as of late. I mean, I say as of late, maybe the last couple years or something like that. But, I mean, really, if you look into the grand scheme of things, the last couple years,
it's a drop in the bucket. Yeah. Especially since back when they were doing ads on TV and to now, like it's been a long career for them.
Yep. And also with all the stuff they have going, like their Mythical Kitchen and stuff. I love the Mythical Kitchen stuff. I literally just watching it before I got on the call today.
Nice. Yeah, and then their uncensored Good Mythical Evening stuff.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, like you have to. It's behind a paywall, so that's understandable. But yeah, they get a little dirty for Good Mythical Evening. So which is you wouldn't expect if all you ever see is Good Mythical Morning, you wouldn't expect it out of them. But like it's like going from watching Bob Saget on Full House to watching his stand up. Yeah, like they let loose a little bit for Good Mythical Evening.
Gotcha. His stand-up's been a little dead lately, actually.
Yeah.
He'd appreciate it. He would have appreciated that.
He would have. It had been his type of joke.
And it's been a while. It's been long
enough. It's been long enough.
It's been long enough.
You don't have to say too soon on that one.
Oh God.
All right, for my next spot, I've got Epic Rap Battles of History. Just once again, whenever I need some good content, I know I can rely on those guys. I can watch those videos over and over and over again. So clever, like the way they incorporate like actual historical fact into a rap diss is just fantastic. And they've got a new season they're recording as we speak. So I'm very excited. Yeah, I thought they were done.
I thought they were too.
And I included Epic Rap Battles just because I also wanted to include Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd and all the kind of stuff that they've done. But not long ago, Epic Lloyd made an announcement and was like, we're on set. We're recording the next season of Epic Rap Battles, so get ready. So I'm pumped. I can't wait to see that. Whatever they pull out, I'm excited for it. I know it's going to be good.
Obviously, yeah.
Up next, I've got Z Bashu, who is the one D&D YouTuber that I made sure made my list.
Yeah, he again, one of the many that could have made. I mean, again, you know what? We should just do. Just to make myself feel better. Next list, we need to do a top 10 list of D&D YouTubers.
Yeah, that way you can make sure everybody gets the love that they deserve.
Oh, it's going to be a 20 list. It's going to be a 20-person list. Just
yeah. That's the whole episode.
Right.
We're not doing 3 lists when we talk about D&D YouTubers. It's just like we're going to talk Joe Cat. You'll finally get the love you deserve from us.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
But yeah, his animation style is just fantastic, especially with how fast he can pump it out sometimes. Everything from the way he can bend, twist, and break the game to his own needs, and then even his storytelling, like The Cold Road, like that series, is fantastic. I would watch an entire actual play for his stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm still waiting. You know what? Oh man, I wish I would have thought of this earlier. We should totally do a Halloween game using his zombie rules.
You know what I thought would be really cool? I saw a TikToker recently show an idea for like a Halloween one-shot where it's basically like Call of Duty Zombies. So you all make characters, you wake up in a mansion with like limited gear, and zombies start pounding on the door of the mansion, and you have to survive wave after wave. After each individual wave, you get 2 rounds to just explore the house and get ready for the next wave. And you can find more gear and more weapons. And then every 4 rounds, you can take a short rest. And it leads all the way up from basic zombies to a zombie beholder.
Gross.
And to use the zombie rules that Z put out for that type of one-shot would be really cool, I think.
You know what? This is how you do it. So we start the game, and the adventurers are in jail. Don't come at me. I know how much you fuckers out there hate that for some fucking reason.
It's because it's a trope, and people like to shit on tropes, and it's like they're tropes for a reason.
The fucking deity
It
is
works.
a trope. Deity is a trope. Get over yourselves. Anyways, you start out in prison, jail, whatever, in this town, and zombies come. You somehow get out, and then just working your way through this town, you find stuff. But you're trying to get... I don't know what you're trying to do, but...
Survive.
Yeah, survive. But I like the idea of, like, them working their way through the town up to the castle, again, where they find better gear, and the final siege happens in that castle.
That works too, absolutely.
But make it, too, so that, like, if they don't save people on the way, they're left in that village. So if they're left in that village, they scream.
Mm-hmm.
They make noise, and they draw more, so
that's more zombies. They get turned into zombies. And if a player falls, turn them into some sort of super zombie.
Oh, yeah.
If they don't get revived within, like, a certain amount of rounds or whatever, they get turned into a super zombie.
Yep. I like that.
Number 7, I've got to be honest, I put this list together before our Dimension 20 episode, and before I had a chance to see everything that was on Dropout, but I put College Humor on this list from back when I just knew them as a YouTube channel, and I was just really into their YouTube stuff. But now that I have Dropout, I have been binging everything on Dropout. It's just all so good.
It's so good. Oh, speaking of, I'm missing a what's the sound, the noise one they make? Make some noise.
Make some noise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oscar's on this episode. Brennan's on this episode. Misfits and Magic did a live Gen Con playthrough.
Yep. I have just finished up Misfits and Magic and the holiday special. So now the Gen Con episode is going to be my next.
Fair warning, the Gen Con episode is not the original cast.
That's fine.
But I like what they did, though. But anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like, I feel like the last episode we sung enough of their praises that I don't need to go on past what I've said. But
look, there's enough room in my mouth for just a little bit of Dropout cock. I'm just saying.
It's good shit. It's good shit.
I swear, if I open up my front door and there's someone out there that didn't complete high school, like, look, you get out of here. Not that kind of Dropout.
Looking for college. Dropout.
College. No, I see you crossing the street. You get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here.
All right. Next on my list is The Completionist, also known as Gerard Dragon Rider Khalil. I have been following him since he first started the channel, The Completionist. Awesome. Yeah, seriously. But he's had to go through a lot of shit for his career. Like, he had like an original 100-some episodes that he completely redid because he had a partner on YouTube before that asked him to take all that stuff down after some bad blood. And he was like, and he put a video out about it, and he was like, you know what? I don't have to take this content down, but I'm going to. He decided, just because that's the kind of guy he was going to take down all those videos, and then he redid them all. And he did them as New Game Plus videos, to where he would go complete that game again, or if that game had like a new version, like a collector's edition, a definitive edition, an HD remake, then he'd go and complete that, and that would be his New Game Plus run. And he was doing that while completing new games. So And he's not faking any of it because most of them he's completing live on Twitch. Like, you can go watch him do it on Twitch. So, like, he's completing 1 to 2 games a week, 100%. Just impressive talent.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And
that's a lot.
Just a super charismatic dude, so much that now he's on G4. Like, they've got him hosting shows on G4.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So, go him. He's awesome. And just
Absolutely.
everything he's had to overcome is just, even more impressive.
Absolutely.
Next on the list, I've got representing YouTube animation is Tom Ska. Tom Ska is the guy behind ASDF movies. If you've ever seen those, he got really, really popular for Muffin Time.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I was like completely lost for like a hot second. I was like, wait a minute, I know that thing.
Yeah, and he's done a ton of that kind of random animation. And even now, he's doing a lot of stuff with his friends on another channel, Tom Ska and Friends, where they just do random stuff for a show they call content. It's just whatever they feel is funny and can put in front of a camera. Sometimes they even do stuff on a show they called Tryhards that reminds me of the show Taskmaster, if you've ever seen that. But basically, they're giving themselves a task and competing against each other. But I feel like he had to make the list because I've got a tattoo of his work on me. Like, I've got the muffin, and it says it's Muffin Time right on my thigh. So I feel like if I like the guy enough to put his work on my skin, like, he can make my top 10 list.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you can watch, like, interviews he's done about it before where, like, he battled depression and ASDF movie and kind of contributed to it until the Muffin Time thing, and then, he used that as a way to help pull him out of his depression, which he still battles with, of course, because depression is chronic, but so I went through a lot of that myself, and, I wanted to get a tattoo that was kind of like the semicolon tattoo, where, I battled depression, and there were certain point in times where I got a little suicidal even, and just I was able to get past that, but I didn't want the same semicolon tattoo that everybody else had, so I got the Muffin Time tattoo, and that's my version of it. So thank you, Tom Ska, and for your awesome work, and I hope one day I meet you at a convention or something, I can show you my tattoo.
Where is it again?
On my thigh, upper thigh, right here. As a matter of fact, you can,
how high?
Right there.
What's that poking out? What's that? Oh, that's your thumb. Never mind. It's gonna be awkward. It's gonna be awkward when you go to that con.
Yeah, and if I'm not wearing shorts, then it definitely will be awkward because, like, I can't take jeans and roll them up that high. Like, I'd have to go from top down to expose my upper thigh.
That's right.
I hope I'm in my new Bro Thor cosplay from the Avengers, because that's like pajama pants. They can easily hike up that high. Next on my list, I've got Film Joy with Mikey Newman and Movies with Mikey. It's all part of Film Joy. The way he breaks down movies is awesome. Definitely great big cinephile, and he's into the same stuff that I am. I would say part of my appreciation, part of the reason I'm the huge Edgar Wright fan that I am, is because of Movies with Mikey and the way he's able to, like, break them down and show you everything that you might have missed and, what it means and what got put into those movies. Like, he has a great affinity to those movies just like I do. And I'm just into a lot of the same movies that he is and watch them the same way that he does and see kind of the same things that he does. So watching his video essays on these films is like just talking with a friend about those films and appreciating them in the same way that I do, which is awesome.
I'll tell you, I really think that The Crisis has definitely led to a lot more of that happening. People connecting with, media like that, because we didn't really have our friends to be able to watch and enjoy things with.
Right.
So,
right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I will say I watched way more of his video breakdowns, video essays during The Crisis than any other time. After Film Joy, I've got I put MatPat because MatPat means like a bunch of different channels. We got Game Theory, Food Theory, Film Theory, GT Live, just a bunch of stuff. Any of MatPat's videos is another one of those set of videos that as soon as one hits my feed, I watch it.
There are definitely ones that I will skip, but I do watch most of them.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not the Nerdstradamus that was one of the Your Theory YouTubers. Like, most of his stuff is, like, wrong. It's, like, the opposite.
Consistently wrong.
But I love it anyway. Like, the way he breaks stuff down and the way he pieces stuff together, it's just really cool. And, like, the kind of stuff he's willing to tackle, especially on Food Theory and Film Theory, is the kind of stuff that you don't see a lot of other YouTubers doing, at least not until after he does it. So yeah, it's just entertaining stuff.
Oh yeah, definitely. It is definitely fun. I know that there have been some times where I've watched some of his stuff, and it's, you know, it did end up being wrong, but it definitely inspired me to think of a thing a different way. Funny thing, I'm pretty sure that MatPat did a movie theory based around something one of the New Rockstars guys did.
That's actually wouldn't surprise me at all.
So, have you heard the theory of Mephisto coming in the MCU?
I mean, it's the theory that comes out after every movie.
It's been memed to shit and back, right?
Yeah.
That was New Rockstars. They started that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was Eric Voss. He there was like one movie like really early on where he was like, it could be Mephisto, but then the next one it was like, oh, could be Mephisto, and like people just kind of caught on. And it's like the things that he pointed out was like, no, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense why that could have been Mephisto, but then people started making fun of him, but he rolled with it. But then, you know, people were like running with that theory and like, oh, this is how it could be Mephisto, but then going into deep dive fucking theories about it, and it's like, and now he's like, guys, it was just a guess. I mean, I wasn't even like a fully blown theory. And then,
I'm convinced that the MCU is in on it now. Like they know
absolutely.
the joke, and like they're purposely dropping hints that could possibly be Mephisto, even though they know it's not gonna be, at least this time.
Have you been watching She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Miss Madison with a Y, but not where you think it is.
Made a deal. Made a deal. Could be with Mephisto.
Oh man. Anyways, I'm not getting back over New Rockstars, but yeah, go ahead.
After the film theorist, game theorist, food theorist, MatPat, I have the Babish Culinary Universe and Andrew Ray.
Fun.
Once again, just once I see one of his videos go up, I'm always quick to watch it. The amount of work that goes into some of his videos I can really appreciate. Like when he went to Louisiana and recreated the Simpsons scene where he went and like ate all that stuff that he did. And like when they did, I forget what they called the series, but like he basically did like a basics with or binging with Babish, Make-A-Wish, where like he went and just like helped people and would like cook a meal with them. Like they wouldn't know he was coming, and he would just show up and they'd be fans of his, and like he would just change their life, doing what he could. Awesome, just good guy all around. And then basically he brought on a bunch of other talent and turned it into Babish Culinary Universe, and now you've got Anime with Alvin and a bunch of other shows. I feel like some of that stuff is coming out more now than when he initially named it the Babish Culinary Universe. I think he had plans for the Babish Culinary Universe when he announced it, and then a global pandemic happened.
When? What?
And so I feel like that shut down a bunch of his plans, but like now that we are returning to some form of normalcy, like we're seeing more of his vision for the culinary universe. So
yeah,
just all around a great dude. Once again, just puts out good content. And I've learned a lot of stuff from Basics with Babish for my cooking that has improved the way I cook. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I think your Babish is always going to be my Alton Brown.
Yeah. Well, I gotta give it to Alton Brown too, because once a year I break out the Alton Brown videos around Thanksgiving, and
Yeah.
I'm like, Alton Brown, remind me how to brine this turkey. Alton Brown, remind me how to trust this turkey.
Yeah. It's a damn good turkey, though. I mean, you can't knock it. I
Yeah.
do the same thing.
Yeah, like I don't use his newer videos because I don't spatchcock my turkey. Like, I understand that's the better way to cook it, but I inject my turkey and brine it. So, and I like delivering the whole bird to the table. So,
Right.
like, trussing it and stuff like that is very important to me. But like, he shows you how to do that in some of his older videos. So,
Oh, yeah.
and my number one of all time, it will never change. As much as the rest of this list might change, I got to give it to the Game Grumps. I know, surprise.
Honestly, it's like one of those. It's like we all knew it, and we're just kind of disappointed that you didn't throw us for a loop. But then again, if you would have changed it, we would have been disappointed that you didn't do what we were expecting.
I can't win.
Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Right. But Game Grumps, they're my favorite content altogether. Like, more than I'm a Marvel fan, more than I'm a Star Wars fan, more than I'm a Fallout fan, like all these other things that I'm a huge fan of, Game Grumps beats out all of those. Like, I am a Game Grumps fan more than I'm an anything else fan. I've been watching these guys. They've been doing it for 10 years now. Well, technically Aaron for 10 years, Danny for 9, because the first year Aaron was doing it with John. But I've been watching him since the beginning, and I was an Ego Raptor fan before Game Grumps. Like, I would watch him do the Awesome series, and a bunch of his other animations. Sequelitis is great. I've seen the guys live several times, and they've always put on a good show. I've even gotten to get on stage at a Game Grumps live show and play games with them. I've had my questions answered during Q&A and got very satisfying answers. Just all around great guys, great content, and the consistency is great. Like, I always know that I can count on there being a new Game Grumps video up.
That's fair.
And the 10-minute power hour is great too. Like, they stole that from Jacksepticeye. They've admitted they stole it from Jacksepticeye, but like, the stuff they do on there.
And they stole that name from my sex tape. What?
No, that's a great name for a sex tape.
Wait, did you say 10 or 2?
10-minute power hour.
Oh, never mind.
Oh man. So a couple other honorable mentions I got to give to my YouTubers, just because I didn't put Jaden Animations on there just because I had already had other animators on there. But Jaden Animations always has some really good storytime stuff, and has turned into a really good gaming channel. Like, she learned how to play competitive Pokemon. She learned how to play Mario Kaizos. She's become a speedrunner, like, on her channel, just because she just decided, I want to try this and learn this. And like, she'll learn from her friends who are like the best at those things and make videos about it. And it's awesome. And then Bo Burnham and Little Dicky both started on YouTube, but now I feel like they're bigger than YouTube. So I didn't want to put them on my YouTubers list because they don't really do a whole lot on YouTube anymore. Like, their career has gone past YouTube, but I still loved them back when they were YouTubers.
I think I mixed some of my honorable mentions in there. And then I think you had some of my honorable mentions. So I'll just throw in Max Miller from Tasting History.
Nice.
Great show. Great show. I think he has a drinking history now, too, where they talk about cocktails from... But yeah, good stuff.
All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to our next list.
Which is fantasy movies?
Top 5 fantasy movies.
Okay. You want to go first this time? You want me to go first?
You know what? Yeah, I'll go ahead and go from bottom to top. Once again, I'm gonna put number 5, Gamers 2: Darkness Rising. Gamers 2 is constantly quoted at my gaming table, like when I do D&D games. Hide behind the wall of dead bards will never get old. And I say Gamers 2 because Gamers 1 wasn't awesome. I mean, if you really like Gamers 2, you'll probably like Gamers 1, and you can watch it. Gamers 3, once again, not awesome. They have like a whole series of movies, but Gamers 2 is just like them at their peak. And you don't have to watch any of the other ones. You could go straight to Gamers 2. Number 4, I got Willow. And I had to put Willow in because I went back and watched it not that long ago to get prepared for the new series coming out. And it holds up, man. Like, I had forgotten a lot about that movie. And it holds up. Such a good fantasy movie.
Hell yeah.
Number 3, Princess Mononoke. I know a lot of people might not have been expecting to hear an anime on the fantasy movie list.
I wasn't.
But Miyazaki, man. Miyazaki knows fantasy. And when it comes to, like, Princess Mononoke, I think is the closest he gets to, like, high fantasy. Just the struggle that you get is so much different. Like, the conflict is so much different than you get in other movies in general. Like, you expect the hero and the villain, and the hero overcomes the villain, and that does not happen in Princess Mononoke. Like, life is not that clean. It's messier than that, and especially the kind of conflicts that he's creating allegories for. We talk about it a lot in our Miyazaki episodes, so I won't go into it a lot, but it's still to this day one of my favorite movies. Number 2, I wanted to throw Star Wars in there, so I gave it to Empire Strikes Back. Probably my favorite of the Star Wars movies.
And I will argue right along with you to anybody that wants to argue it. Star Wars is a fantasy movie.
Yeah, you want to say it's sci-fi. Like, I won't argue. I won't sit here and say that it's not sci-fi, but it definitely is also fantasy. You got space wizards, you got swords, and just the tropes in general. It's all fantasy. You could argue, like, samurai movie, like a Kurosawa style, but like at the same time, I feel like a lot of those tropes might be fantasy. But yeah, just all around great fantasy movie. I feel like a lot of the Star Wars stuff leans less away from sci-fi, like Mandalorian, for example. Western. You know what 100%. I mean?
You know, it's funny too. I'm watching Andor right now. Cyberpunk.
Oh yeah.
That is 100% a cyberpunk show. They even talk about corpos. It's like, come on.
It's like you're not even trying to hide it.
No. Nope.
And then for my number 1 perfect fantasy movie, possibly even perfect movie, just in general, The Princess Bride. I'm so excited to one day share that movie when I feel like she's ready with my daughter and just kind of like pass that on. It's probably the movie I'm most conflicted about a possible remake. Like, I would love to see a remake, but at the same time, like, how do you do better than perfect?
Make it Muppets. I saw someone post about that. Because they keep saying, you know, what movie would you want to see?
Pick one movie. The whole cast is now Muppets except for one character. Yeah.
And someone said Muppets, except, you know, Wesley is still Wesley. I'm like, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Someone should do that. I mean, and I would watch it, and I would love it.
I feel like do that same thing, except the only person who's still human is Fred Savage, like the kid in the bed, and Wesley is definitely Kermit.
Okay.
But I can see it both ways. Like, I'll give it to you both ways. All right, that's my list. What's yours?
All right, so my list. I will say this. I can't count... I'm not going to count my top 2.
Okay.
Because my top 2 are my 2 favorite movies ever.
Okay, that's fair.
My 2 favorite movies ever, Legend, Princess Bride. So they're not in the list. They're not in the list.
Fair.
And also, I went ahead and took off one of the movies that was on my list.
Okay.
It was Willow.
Okay.
So, Willow is definitely in my top 5, but since you said it, I just went ahead and threw one of my other ones in there.
Yeah, you took the opportunity. I get it.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Willow, really...
Warwick Davis is an acting genius.
It's amazing. He's amazing. I can't wait to see him in this TV show.
Yes.
I am ready to storm Disney and be like, release this shit now, please.
Like, I know you already have it. Like, I know you're not still working on it. Like, just release it.
It's ready to go. All right. So we are going to go with Lord of the Rings. And I'm talking about the Peter Jackson one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm including The Hobbit.
Okay.
Because I'm fucking selfish. And I don't care. So, The Hobbit, all the way through Lord of the Rings, extended edition, I don't care. They will be in my favorite. If I am somewhere and they're like, let's watch Lord of the Rings, I'm probably going to say yes. It's like, okay, but you're not leaving here for, at least 125 hours.
Right.
Well, I mean, sorry. That's, I guess
you signed up for watching Lord of the Rings. Like, we're not watching a movie. We're watching all of them, and definitely the extended.
That's right. Exactly. And then next up, Conan the Destroyer. Not the Barbarian, Conan the Destroyer. And I'll tell you why.
Perfect.
Conan the Destroyer has the feel of a D&D movie again. It has you could watch the movie and you can see the different classes and stuff, and it's great.
Right, absolutely.
And then also the heavy Lovecraftian vibes that happen in it as well. Really great.
Yeah,
also,
wasn't it also said that like the writers of Conan and H.P. Lovecraft like purposely?
Oh yeah,
they did that on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's great. I love it. It has a great feel to it, and Mako's in it, the voice of such greats as Uncle Iroh. And, and oh man, the bad guy from Samurai Jack, Aku. Got him mixed up with the monkey from Aladdin. My bad, Michael. Next up is Krull. It is so bad. It is so bad, and I love it so much.
I saw Krull so late in life. Like, I like, there's zero nostalgia for Krull for me. Like, it was... When I was in the Navy, there was someone who was in my shop who, like, found out I liked D&D and was like, if you like D&D, you gotta see this movie. And it's like, go watch Krull. And I went to my local video rental store and rented the DVD for Krull. And man, it's a trip. It's a trip.
It's weird, man. It's weird. Oh wait, is Conan the Destroyer the one where he fights the Ice Wizard too, or the Mirror Wizard, or is that Conan the Barbarian?
I do not know.
It's Conan the Destroyer. I'm almost positive it's Conan the Destroyer.
I have not seen a Conan movie since I was in elementary school.
Okay, but you have seen the Wizard, where he picks him up and swings him by his legs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, my stepdad was a big fan of Conan and just Arnold in general. So,
Gotcha.
like, I saw a lot of those movies when I was younger just because he was like, hey, watch this. It's one of my favorites. But, yeah, I haven't seen those in a long time.
I think one of my favorite images, like a behind-the-scenes images that I've ever seen, it was Wilt Chamberlain, who was in Conan the Destroyer, Andre the Giant, who was in Conan the Destroyer, and they were both standing on either side of Arnold. So Arnold is, a buff dude, but then you have...
It's not that tall. Not that tall, no.
But yeah, a lot of people didn't know, but Andre the Giant played the monster in Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
But yeah, so Krull, good movie, bad movie, good movie.
Right.
Next up, Excalibur. We're talking the Excalibur that came out in the 80s. It has Patrick Stewart in it. It has a bunch of those guys. Like, as soon as you see him, you're like, oh, I know that guy. But that really I already liked Arthurian Legend. We did a whole Arthurian Legend podcast. You know that.
Right.
But I already loved Arthurian Legend by the time I saw that as a child. And that movie was just so good. It gave me unrealistic expectations on how to have sex in full armor, though.
Yeah, you gotta doff that shit.
That's not what the movie told me.
Right, exactly, but that's why you say it's unrealistic. Like,
yeah, people want to talk about porn giving you unrealistic expectations. No, sir. No, sir.
I mean, it does too, but not in comparison.
Right.
At least the sex they're having, it might not be realistic, but it's possible.
Right. Man, he was just going to town, too. It's like, how did you do that in full armor? Anyways, get it, Uther. And then, I think that this is going to be my top favorite fantasy movie of all times. Not counting Legend, Princess Bride. Hook.
Ooh, good pick.
Thank you. I can't say enough good things about that. I mean, honestly, Robin Williams is one of my heroes. In the theme of that movie, so good. What I took away from it is, you have this, Peter Pan, eternal child, finally decides to grow up.
Mm-hmm.
How does he grow up? He grows up within the standards of the world. He grows up the way the world thinks he should grow up.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that's not a great way to grow up.
Right.
He's a horrible dad. He's a horrible husband. You know what I mean? And then when he rediscovers that magic, and then realizes that his family is part of that magic.
Once he learns to crow again.
So good. And Dante Basco, come on. I've just realized that two of my favorite movies are the two main Fire Nation people.
That's fair, though. I mean, like, they know how to... Avatar, The Last Airbender, knew how to get its talent. Like, they knew...
Absolutely.
Yeah, they got good people.
Mm-hmm.
Hook, you know how kids have those movies that they watch over and over and over again? Hook was one of my older sisters, so I watched Hook a lot. And I don't regret it at all. Like, it wasn't one of those ones where she watched it over and over again and I got annoyed with it. Like, I enjoyed it, too. So, yeah, that's good. Hashtag learn to crow again should be a thing.
Oh, I love it. Let's get on Twitter right now. When you're listening to this podcast, just know when I tweeted this is exactly when we had the idea.
Mm-hmm. When you're wondering why hashtag learn to crow again is trending on Twitter, know where it started.
We'll even capitalize it just so. Learn to crow again.
While Baron makes and hashtags his tweet, I'm going to let you guys know when you need some gear for some of your favorite movies, you should check out T-Villain. T-Villain is a t-shirt site where you'll find a killer limited edition shirt being sold for $13 for only 24 hours. The following 24 hours will feature a new design, and so on and so forth. They choose the most ingenious designs that reflect everything evil and villainy, as well as works pertaining to anything artistic, pulp style, lowbrow, pop culture, TV, movies, music, video games, comics, etc. All things cool and evil, basically. To check them out and help Casters Guild, click our link in the description. And with that, we head into our next bigger list, our next top 10 list. Baron, tell me about your top 10 snacks for gaming, for watching movies, just for snacking in general.
You said 10? I've got like 35 here.
Just give me the top 10.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go, I'll just go number one first, pretzels. Pretzels. I love pretzels. Any kind of pretzels. Soft, crunchy, chocolate covered, filled with peanuts. I love them.
Salt, carbs, you can't go wrong.
They taste great. They have a lot of emotional value to me as well. There's a nostalgia. There's a lot of good memories that come with pretzels. They're my perfect snack. I mean, honestly,
simple. Go for it.
Go to the movies. Soft pretzel with some.
I feel like me saying simple is a little reductive, right? Like
on a pretzel, yeah, a little. Yeah, bit, but
it can be simple or as complex as you want it to be, and it's awesome both ways.
My uncle makes these pretzels, like pretzel sticks, but they're not pretzel sticks per se, but they're pretzel sticks. I mean, he makes them, he bakes them, and he sprinkles some salt on them. They're not the way that they're made now, but they're pretzel sticks. They can be simple. They can be complicated. They're great. They're perfect. Next is cream horns. If anybody doesn't know what a cream horn is, you can get them at Kroger. They look like a little unicorn horn filled with cream. And it's not just it's not whipped cream. It's like a thicker, firmer cream.
Like a buttercream? Like they use in like cakes and stuff?
Close to that, yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't have a buttercream taste to it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I believe royal icing was brought up at some point.
Royal icing hardens.
Like it gets how hard though?
Like you know when you get those cookies and like it has the hard icing on top.
Okay,
That's royal icing.
Yeah, no.
So we might be talking about something between like a buttercream and a royal icing.
Yeah, because it will get stiff, but it doesn't get that hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I fucking love them. Well, again, not a lot of nostalgia that goes with that. My grandmother, who has since passed away, used to work at Kroger, and she would bring these home, and we were living with grandma at the time. She would bring these home, and they were just great. She worked in the bakery.
Yeah, you're getting the good stuff at that point.
The good stuff. She always and that smell too. She would come home smelling like the bakery. So whenever I go into a Kroger bakery and smell that, I always think of grandma. French fries.
Can't go wrong with French fries.
Damn near the perfect snack. I mean, potatoes.
Potatoes, salt, come on, fried.
Yep. And then just by themselves, great. Then you could just do all kinds of other stuff with them. My favorite has got to be like a crinkle cut French fry.
Mm-hmm.
Deep fried, preferably. I would go air fried. There for a little while, I was putting, the cheese dip that you can put your nachos in. Mm-hmm. I was putting that on top of it. Yeah, I got fat. I don't care. It tastes great.
Dude, cheese dip and then bacon bits on like top of fries. I'm a shoestring man myself when it comes to my fries. I love the crunchy outside, soft inside.
Nah. I like those thick crinkle cut fries.
I get it.
No, I mean don't get me wrong. I do find a shoestring fry very tasty every once in a while. But yeah.
And and when it comes to like fast food, I feel like fries are like the bar that you judge fast food places on. Like it's why like Checkers and Rallies is like so high tier.
See, McDonald's, go fuck yourself. Burger King, go fuck yourself. Wendy's, you know what? Especially go fuck yourself now because you keep changing your fries.
I love Wendy's fries. I love the sea salt Wendy's fries.
I worked at Wendy's in the mid-90s, and they changed it like 3 times since then. They can go fuck themselves. Checkers, Rallies, Snaps, you have my soul. I love your fries.
The perfectly seasoned curly fry.
Though Checkers and Rallies and Snaps, you have competition now because I have figured out how to make fries that are better.
Ooh, okay.
To me though. Everybody
sure.
listening,
Yeah.
My cooking is only good for me. So basically what I do is I get some fries, throw it in an air fryer, and then I get this bouillon. Not the square kind, but the kind that you can scoop out. And I sprinkle chicken bouillon over top of them, air fry them.
Oh, good stuff.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Dude, that is such, like, I don't know if you know this or not, but that's such, like, a Japanese thing.
What's that?
Okay, so if you go to get fries in Japan, like at any fast food restaurant, even at McDonald's, they give you the fries, they give you a paper bag, and a seasoning packet. And you choose what seasoning packet it is that you want for your fries. One of them is like a chicken bouillon, like they came very similar to seasoning you get in like a chicken ramen. But like they've got garlic seasoning, chicken seasoning, and like you pour the fries in the bag, pour the seasoning in with the fries, and you shake it up, and that's how you eat your fries. And I'm like, why is this not a thing in the States? Why is it at least...
What is it with...
Make it a limited time thing for all I care, but like that sounds delicious.
What is it with Japan living in like the 2300s? What? Good lord! All right, moving on. Oreos. Love me some Oreos. There's very few Oreo flavors I dislike. I actually remember when there was just one Oreo flavor. They were called Oreos, and then like the next flavor of Oreos they had. Double stuff Oreos. Do you know what those tasted like?
More Oreo.
Oreos with extra cream in them.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It's always better with extra cream. Then you take those Oreos and you dump them in fudge. That was the third Oreo flavor. You know, back in the simple days. You know what though? I'm glad those days are over because I love me some mint Oreos. I love me some pumpkin spice Oreos. I love me some Easter Oreos, which taste just like Oreos, but they're yellow.
Yep.
I love it. It's like, you know what Easter Oreos taste like? Oreos
Yep.
that are yellow.
I've never been a separate the Oreo guy either. Like, I've never
Me
been
neither.
like the open it, lick the cream, then eat the... No, you take the whole thing, you dunk it in the milk, you leave it into the milk where it gets just a tiny bit soggy, then you eat it.
And I will say this: that should be the only constant of Oreo eaters is the milk.
Yeah.
You can take it off, you can eat the cream, you can eat the cookie, do whatever you want. Milk has to be involved in some way, or you're an anarchist and nobody likes it. Next up, this is actually one of my new favorite snacks. Came out of nowhere, and I originally had them when they were like a rope. I love those nerd gummy clusters.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it is. I think it's mainly texture. I'm almost certain that if those didn't have any flavor at all, I'd still eat them.
Look, I'll be honest, they're a bit much for me. Like, after I eat, like, 2 clusters, I'm like, this is too much sugar. And, like, I can't eat anymore. But they've become a huge staple at my gaming table because everybody else in my D&D group loves them. Especially 2 particular players. Like, it's their favorite candy now. I went and got a bunch of bags when they were doing the D&D promotion, where, like, if you bought the nerd clusters, you got, like, codes to go put in and get D&D materials, like, you know, little, like, adventure supplements and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, they just got gobbled down at my D&D table, like, after everyone tried them the first time after that, and now they make it to my table every time.
They're great. And also, you saying that they're too sweet, that is coward's talk. Just saying.
It is. I'll be honest. I just... There's a certain point after I eat, like, 2 of them, I'm like, if I eat, like, 2 more of these, I'm just gonna, like, vomit pure sugar.
That's true. Next up are specifically the buffalo wing Cheez-Its.
Ooh.
Specifically the buffalo wing Cheez-Its. Don't get me any other Cheez-Its. I mean, I'll eat them. I mean, I like to eat. I'll eat them. But buffalo wing cheese, I will not go out and buy any other Cheez-It. If they don't have it, I'm not getting Cheez-Its. Sorry.
Look, here's where I'm gonna get crucified, right? I am the guy who prefers cheese nips.
I don't think I've had cheese nips.
They're like the more generic version of Cheez-Its. Like, you get them at, like, Walmart or Sam's Club or whatever. They are Cheez-Its. They're just the generic version, and I prefer the cheese that they put on cheese nips to
you know what, though?
The cheese they put on Cheez-Its.
I can't knock it until I try it. I'll have to go out and find some.
It's the same thing. Look, it's the same thing with goldfish. Mm-hmm. There's a generic one that's whales.
Okay.
And I like the whales so much more than I like goldfish.
You know what, though? I am convinced. I'm convinced that those generic brands cater to poor people, and they know that they know that poor people love flavor.
Yeah.
So now before you guys come at me, I am poor people.
Yeah, we both are. Okay. We love our flavor. We're poor people. We love our flavor. That's why I'm shopping at Sam's Club and Aldi's and stuff like that in the first place.
Honestly, that is why these next 2 are also in this list. Takis.
Good shit.
That's good shit. I mean, I don't eat my snacks with chopsticks. My fingers are coming out covered in red, fiery dust. I will be able to, after eating some Takis, I will be able to Three Stooges eye poke somebody, and they will be blinded for life. Okay?
I haven't tried it yet, but I really want to try making fried chicken breaded in Takis.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
that would
crush up some Takis. And, like, I've done it before with nacho cheese Doritos.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
You may want to go ahead and watch your boys, the Good Mythical Crew, because I believe that the Good Mythical Kitchen did do that.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to look up that episode.
I believe so. Next up is wasabi almonds. I believe that it's specifically the Bluebird or Blue Diamond, or I don't know. I don't know which one it is. The blue something. But it's the wasabi almonds. Oh, God. They're so... Again, when I pull my fingers out of this thing, when I'm all done, I'm going to have an inch of that weird gray dust on my fingers. and I will either be able to again, Three Stooges poke, blind someone for life, or lick it off my fingers, and my tongue will fall out of my face.
Sinus is definitely cleared up after that one.
Cleared up. Let me tell you, there is definitely a wasabi kick on that, but so good.
My spicy nut has always been the, chili pistachios.
Oh, that's less hilarious.
The ones that come in like the red bag. Like, I'm a pistachio guy myself, and like I do enjoy a spicy nut, but I go for chili pistachios.
That would have been a much different commercial instead of that's a spicy meatball.
I do enjoy a spicy nut.
Next up is popcorn. Like, you know how we were talking about pretzels, how it's just simple?
Mm-hmm.
Popcorn, you can't get any more simple. And it's a great snack. It's light. It tastes great. You can put whatever you want on it. One of my favorite things to do is get, like, the movie-style popcorn, pop it all up, and then throw some Frank's Red Hot on it.
Ooh, good stuff.
Now, I'll tell you what. There's only one group of people I look down on with their popcorn proclivities. Don't look at me like that.
Go ahead.
Obey. You just go right to hell. I'm kidding.
You son of a bitch! I'm a kettle corn with Old Bay guy. Like, I love some kettle corn, some sweet, and then you add the Old Bay for the salty, savory.
Okay. I will tell those people who love kettle corn to go straight to hell.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. I am a kettle corn guy. But, like, it's more because I'm a fan of, like, the sweet popcorn. Like, I get kettle corn because microwavable caramel corn is terrible. Like,
wait, they have microwavable caramel corn?
No. Yes, but no. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you can go buy, like, there is a box of microwavable caramel corn. It's not.
But it's not the same thing as, like, those cans of popcorn that those little boys have out for free outside of the stores?
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
Those are free, aren't they?
Totally. But, like, that's another one that's nostalgic for me because growing up in Maryland, like on Ocean City Boardwalk, there was a company called Fisher's Popcorn. They're actually technically out of Delaware, but they spill over into Maryland. And sometimes when you want to stock up, you go over to Delaware anyway because no sales tax. Yeah. So, but they make one that's caramel corn with the Old Bay already mixed in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic. It's so good. And then even that, you want to talk about the tins. Mm-hmm. Like, younger, I was always like, okay, I'm going to eat this one, then this one, then this one. Now I just rip that divider right out, shake it up, and eat all three of them together.
Yeah, you'll have to ship me some or something.
Yeah.
And then I'll try like a couple bites and be like, you know what, Rick? You can go straight to hell. And that's going to be if I like it or don't, honestly. But yeah, I will say that I really, really, really enjoy some caramel corn. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I love caramel corn, but I can't stand kettle corn. I don't know what it is.
Different strokes for different folks.
That's right. And then finally, again, this wasn't in any particular order. Pretzels were my favorite. Guac dip. Like guacamole.
Yeah.
I love me some guacamole. There is a place in town that does it fresh, makes it right by your table, and I swear to God, I'm going to steal that guy and his cart, and he's going to live in my house. I will pay him a fair living wage. I will let him sleep in one of the rooms in the house, and he's free to do what he wants, as long as his job from then on is making me guacamole.
It's so different, a fresh guacamole versus the stuff that you buy at the store.
The last time I got some stuff from the store, I swear I could taste the chemicals in it.
Yeah, I feel like it's because avocados go bad so quickly or like turn brown so quickly. The preservative they must put in it is just, it's got to be bad. It's got to be what makes it bad. I was convinced I didn't like avocados or guacamole. And then my mom made some fresh guacamole in my apartment, and it was amazing. It was a changed man. From then on, I'm like, I'm a guac and avocado guy from now on.
Hell yeah.
I will now judge a sandwich place based on their avocado or guac, because it's like, I can tell if you made this. Like, I can tell if, like, you slice fresh avocado or if you've had some preserved. I can tell if you made this guac or if it's like some industrial barrel shit.
Yep. And I actually have seen people go out, buy the guacamole to make like 7-layer dip. And it's like, that's fine because there's so many other flavors in there that it's just kind of masking everything.
I still won't eat that 7-layer dip, me personally.
Well, it kind of makes you wonder though. It's like for me now, it's like, what if they fresh made that shit?
Mm-hmm.
How much better would that 7-layer dip be?
Yeah. And you know, another thing I learned from my mom when she made me fresh guacamole, it's not that hard.
No, it's not at all.
It's not that hard. It's like, if you're making 7-layer dip, you're adding like 2 steps.
Now,
if you make your own fresh guac.
I will say this, you go someplace and you're like, oh, but they use a mortar and pestle, and you don't need a mortar and pestle. Mm-mm. You can just smash it yourself. You're fine. You're fine.
Like, I'm not saying you gotta like gourmet fresh make your guac, but you should still home make it.
Yes, absolutely. And that's my 10.
I'm gonna start off with my 10 with cheesecake. And cheesecake starts it with me because it's like a tradition in my gaming group. I make dinner for my gaming group like every time we have D&D.
Hold on, I'm getting over my shock. Hold on, give me a second. You chose a whole ass dessert as a snack?
Look, I'm getting there. Just let me tell the story. So, my friend Jason always wanted to know what he could bring, and like we were just like, bring a dessert or something. And so he would always stop at the Publix right near his house and bring a cheesecake. And it was always the cheesecake that was like 4 different flavors. Like it was 2 slices of this flavor, 2 slices of this flavor. You know what? You've seen them, the sampler cheesecakes or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just became like one of those things. Like, I understand it's not a snack, but like we ended up snacking on it so much. Like, you don't eat a whole slice of cheesecake as a snack, but the cheesecake is there. You snack on it. You know, it's
funny, though. My mom actually made snackable cheesecakes when I was little.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the little muffin tin?
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, I love making those with, like, I'll make my own cheesecake, and instead of a crust, at the bottom of the muffin tin, I'll put an Oreo.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that is, like, the quote-unquote crust of the cheesecake. So good. And if you thought that was bad, wait until you hear my number 9, panna cotta.
What the fuck, man?
It's just another something that I made for my gaming group pretty regularly. Like, I'd make it in, like, a glass, and, you know, you make the panna cotta, you make the Jell-O. It's no different than if I'd have said Jell-O. It's just a different type of Jell-O, you know? It's just gelatin and heavy cream. And then, like, you know, I do the regular Jell-O along with it. That's how I did the layers, you know. So, but it's good. It's really good. If you try to describe it to somebody who's never had it before, like, they're like, what is panna cotta? And it's like, it's milk Jell-O. And then they're like, ooh, that sounds gross. And I'm like, I promise you it's not. Just try it. It's delicious. It's sugar, heavy cream, gelatin powder. It's awesome. Unless you're one of those people who hates the texture of Jell-O, then you probably won't like it.
Thought you were going to say something else like, oh, unless you're the kind of person that, you know, hates good things in life.
I mean, that too. Number 8, apple slices with honey and peanut butter.
That your first snack of the list.
You mix some peanut butter and honey together, dip the apple slices in it. It's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah.
Number 7, I also have fries on my list.
Nice.
We talked about it a lot already, but good fries with good toppings, chili cheese fries, cheese and bacon bit fries, garlic fries. I love they cover in some fries and some garlic salt.
Well, actually, you know what? my kiddo, one of her favorite snacks. Apparently, I'm the only one that can make it. Butter fries.
Okay.
So basically, I get the fries and I cook them up, right? Get them almost crispy, and then I put like slices of butter on it. Put it back into the toaster oven. Let it cook more. Let cook in the butter. Let that butter cook all over it, and then just pour it out into a bowl. That's it.
I've never heard of anything more Midwest in my entire life.
Yeah.
It sounds so good, though. That does sound delicious.
I would, if I was to eat it, I would do it differently. I would do it with the butter and then just get garlic powder and just
garlic butter
all over.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, love it.
It's like garlic bread fries. Is this what we?
Okay, I almost want to put a garlic bread as a honorable mention now on mine. Because I completely forgot about garlic bread. But bread makes you fat, so...
Yeah. But so does half the stuff we've said.
I just wanted to quote one of your favorite movies.
Yeah. Bread does make... Bread makes you fat? Alright, next on my list, Ritz crackers with cream cheese.
You know, it's funny, too, because now you're doing this, and I'm like, I didn't even think about, like, the different combos of foods.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a good snack. But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, I'll take a sleeve of Ritz, or generic Ritz. Once again, sometimes I like the generic ones better. What they have at Aldi's is awesome. But don't skimp on the cream cheese. Like, I gotta have Philadelphia. Philadelphia whipped cream cheese. Just... sit down with the tub of whipped cream cheese, the sleeve of Ritz, and a butter knife, and you just slather it on the... That's my go... I purposely buy Ritz and cream cheese just to do that when I go grocery shopping. Like, that is my snack.
Good snack.
Number 5, a good trail mix, which they're hard to find nowadays. Like, everybody wants to, like, change up trail mix. And it's like peanuts, raisins, M&Ms, pretzel bits... Like, these are the ingredients for trail mix, people. Like, stop throwing craisins in my trail mix.
In my trail mix.
Stop taking the M&Ms out of my trail mix.
Yeah, you leave that rap god in my trail mix.
Stop putting dried apricots in my trail mix.
Ooh, I kind of like dried apricots, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like, okay... I buy bags of dried fruit to eat as a snack. They're not on my list, but like dried mangoes, dried apricots, dried pineapple, I'll eat that as a snack. Leave it out of my trail mix.
Nice.
Next up, I put kettle corn.
Get out.
I know, like you said, like it's what's on the paper, man. Like I wish I could change it, but man,
Look, man, I'm just doing my job. Just doing my job, man.
Once again, it would be like caramel corn, but like you can't get good microwavable caramel corn.
Right.
So I can throw a bag of kettle corn in the microwave, throw some Old Bay on it, and call that a day.
Oh, and I know I did say something about Old Bay earlier. I love Old Bay. I just want that to be clear. I do love me some fucking Old Bay. Old Bay is like one of the best spice mixes out there.
Yeah, it's good. It's good that you clarified. You were about to get lynched by our Maryland fans.
Right? Yeah, all 5 of them. And I'm not saying that we don't have a lot of fans. I'm just saying Maryland isn't very big.
Yeah, it is very small. Very populated though. You got to be careful with that.
You know what? I'm just noticing. We're both from very weird places.
Yes.
Very could be very Lovecraftian places.
Very cultish places. Like our states are not states; they're cults.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird.
Our cult robes are just cooler than yours.
Yeah, that's okay. But to be fair, you guys got the cooler colors. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Just saying.
After kettle corn, I put peanut butter pretzels on there specifically. Like, I know you had pretzels, but, like, I love the pretzel nuggets that are, like, filled with peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
They're, like, not only my perfect snack, they're, like, a perfect road trip snack. Like, I always get, like, the tub of peanut butter from pretzels. And, like, Kroger now actually has sunflower butter filled pretzels, and those are fantastic.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. So you get a tub of those. They're a little bit more pricey than the peanut butter ones because, it is sunflower butter. But they're really good. Number 2, nachos.
Okay.
Tortilla chips, ground beef, cheese.
And you know what? I don't think anything's ever going to be homemade nachos you made for yourself nachos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nothing's ever going to beat that.
Like, sometimes I'll want nachos so bad and I don't have the nacho stuff. I will take Doritos, put them on a paper plate, sprinkle shredded cheese over them, and throw that in the microwave and be like, this is close enough.
That's when you realize that people really should be using Doritos for nachos anyways.
Yeah. It's true. Like, whoever decided that, like, they were going to start making Taco Bell taco shells out of Doritos, genius.
I will also say this, and before I say this, I would like to say, before you start any diet, please consult your physician. I don't recommend any diet for anybody. You live your life how you want, though. When I was doing keto, I would get the big pork rinds.
Mm-hmm.
Get some beef or chicken. Like, canned chicken was my usual go-to. Canned chicken, sprinkle it all with cheese, some pickled jalapenos, sprinkle it all with chili pepper powder, cook that in a microwave for like 2 minutes, pull it out, sprinkle some Frank's Red Hot on it. So good.
Yeah, even though I'm not doing keto anymore, I still make buffalo chicken dip and use pork rinds to dip it in. Like, it's over tortilla chips or whatever else. And buffalo chicken dip, if you don't know, cream cheese, buffalo sauce, cheese, ranch or blue cheese dressing, depending on what you do, and shredded chicken.
And if for some reason you don't know what buffalo sauce is, it's Frank's Red Hot and butter.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's it.
And you can even actually get Frank's Red Hot Buffalo now.
Yes,
It's already pre-mixed. But yeah, good shit. And dip pork rinds in that, that's awesome too. Mm-hmm. And right along the same line as nachos.
Yeah, I will say, I will go so far as to say nachos are what you make of them.
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, yeah, there is, you can make the argument all you want, but I will stand firm. You need a thin, crispy receptacle with cheese, meat, and some kind of fiesta seasoning.
Make it spicy.
I mean? Make it spicy. But I mean, use your cumin, use your chili peppers, use the traditional Latin American spices for this stuff.
And my number 1 snack is gummy frogs. And I only do that to get specific, because I'm a gummy fan, regardless. Gummy bears, gummy worms. If it's gummy, I'm going to eat it. But gummy frogs, specifically with the little marshmallow layer on bottom, they're usually more recognizable in the shark form. Like, if you've ever seen the blue gummy sharks with the white layer on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
That's marshmallow. Mm-hmm. So you get the gummy and the marshmallow. But the frogs are green instead of blue. And they're slightly different flavor. And I like frogs better than I like sharks, just in general. That's just the kid in me going, I like this shape better than I like this shape.
That's perfect.
Hey, I just love gummy frogs. I will keep bags of those around at any time. I have friends who, like, when they want to bring me something, they don't know what to bring me, they bring me gummy frogs because they know how much I like them. So gotta go with gummy frogs for my number 1.
List. I'm pretty sure that if we were to ever have like a game day and we're like, all right, let's bring our top 10 snacks.
Oh God.
Well, first off, you're bringing full-blown meals to the table anyway. So I mean, that's.
Hey, nachos are a full-blown meal if you ask me. What's
your favorite snack? Lasagna. What?
Anything's a snack if you eat it in a small enough portion.
Oh man.
You know what? Guild decree. Anything is a snack if you eat it in a small enough portion.
Also, I will add to that guild decree. A portion can be small even if you're eating it in consecutive
yes
servings.
Yes. Yeah. As long as the initial portion is small, you can eat 100 of them. You're still snacking. You're still snacking.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You know what? Because no, that's legit. Because I made the joke about the lasagna, and it's like, oh, lasagna's a whole meal. Okay, but if you cut it in little squares, and then you had a little snack, Oh, but what if they eat the whole lasagna? Yeah, well, you know what? Motherfuckers that sit around and eat a whole bag of chips, okay?
Yep. It's still snacking.
It's still snacking. It should count as a meal because it's like 3,000 calories in a
Yep.
whole bag of chips. But
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking chili cheese fries and stuff like that, like, we obviously, like, that's a snack. But, like, you eat a whole basket of chili cheese fries, that is your daily caloric intake. Easy. And then some.
little snack.
Yep.
So yeah, no, good guilt decrease. good guilt decrease. All right. You wanna hit up your games?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. You know, I want to point out something that I kind of noticed about my list after I made it, is that it's all sequels. Like, none of them are the original game in the series. It's all been games that came after the original game. And I don't know if it's just because they learned from the first game and I just like it better, or just as I got further into the series, my love for the series grew. I don't know, but just something I noticed. So for my number 5, Dragon Age 2. I didn't get into Inquisition as much as I did Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age 1 has some serious quality of life problems for, like, how they handle some of their systems and stuff like that.
Okay, all right.
But Dragon Age 2, they hit that sweet spot, and I like carrying over my progress from, like, the previous games into the story, and, like, seeing things that my character did and choices that I made actually affect future games. Which is something really cool that BioWare does in general. But Dragon Age was probably one of my first experiences where I was playing video game, and I was like, this feels like playing D&D. And yeah, so love Dragon Age and Dragon Age Origins and all that good stuff, but Dragon Age 2, I feel like is when they really hit their stride.
I'll have to play that, actually.
Number 4, Kingdom Hearts 2. Once again, Kingdom Hearts, I feel like they were still learning a few things about quality of life when it comes to the games. A little sluggish at certain parts. Kingdom Hearts 2, they introduced my favorite character of the series. Love me some Roxas. The story can be a bit hard to follow, so people tell me. And I'll be honest, I was really disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3, and it could have just been how long we were waiting for it.
Could have been, yeah.
Like, if it had come out, like, 10 years earlier, maybe I would have loved it.
That's fair. You waited so long, the expectations were just high at that point.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and to top it on top of that, better games just started coming out. You know what I mean? Like, after technology comes out for so long, people use that technology, they make better games, and, like, my bar for what a good game is got raised, I think. But Kingdom Hearts 2, and you know what, that's definitely not it, because I can still go back and play Kingdom Hearts 2 and still really enjoy that game, and it's not just nostalgia. You know, like, it holds up against today's games. So I think it might have just been, like, an anticipation thing. But yeah, if you like Disney, if you like JRPGs, if you haven't played Kingdom Hearts yet, I don't know what to tell you, but Kingdom Hearts 2 is shit.
It is.
Number 3, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Okay.
You don't see many Mario games that are, like, straight up RPGs, but I think it all started with Legend of the Seven Stars, Super Mario RPG, and then we've seen the Superstar Saga and Paper Mario kind of branch off of that. And those definitely are RPGs, and, like, the turn-based, like, Superstar Saga invented, like, a new combat for the Mario RPG series where it is turn-based, but it's also reactive. Like, during the turn-based, like, you can press buttons at certain times, and it'll increase your chances for critical hit, or you can, like, dodge your enemy's attacks if you press the block button at just the right time. And the story is just so fucking funny. Like, everything you know about Mario characters' personalities, like, Luigi is a coward, and, like, Bowser's a bit doofy, and, like, that all comes from the Superstar Saga.
Okay.
Because they had to invent characters for this story to be built around. It's just all around fun game.
Fair.
Number 2, Fallout 3.
Ooh, solid choice.
It is no secret I'm a Fallout fan. Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, they just kind of go neck and neck for me and, like, trade back and forth for my spot. But only one of them could get the spot this time, and I've just played Fallout 3 way more than I played New Vegas.
Yeah, it's funny though. I went back to just try, New Vegas, and like I remember loving that game, but then I tried it again, and it's like, it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
And I think what it is just as more stuff is coming out and the details are getting better, the story's getting better. It's like it's hard for me to go back to New Vegas and really enjoy it.
At this point, I don't want to say Fallout 3 and New Vegas walked so other games could run. Like, I feel like that game was running to begin with. Like, Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas ran so other games could fly. Newer games have done what those games did better, but only because those games came first and did what they did.
Fair. I definitely feel that way. But I also feel like going back to New Vegas, I say with the New Vegas flag behind my head, maybe not the way for me. Fallout 3, I can definitely see going back to and playing again. Fallout 4, I believe, is just my go-to now.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Maybe if you were going to go back to New Vegas, maybe do it with some mods. Change the experience a little bit.
Yeah, even make it look a little better. Even just making it look a little better might help a lot.
Right. My number one RPG is going to be Persona 5 Royal.
There it is.
Just everything about that game is just dripping with cool. You know, just the combat makes you feel like a badass, like so cool. Like once you understand how the combat works, and like this is weak to this, and this is strong against this, and this critically hits against this, and then you can do your all-out attacks, and everything's so aesthetic. You've got your team attacks. Like the music is so good. We talked about it in our video game music episode. Last Surprise is still on my playlists. I've considered getting a Persona 5 tattoo at this point. And if you're going to play Persona 5, might as well play Royal. It's the exact same game except extra dungeons, extra characters. It's just like the definitive version of that game, which Persona just does that. Like for every Persona game, there is a version that comes out later that is the definitive version. It's just cool. I mean, it's so cool that they're getting ready to release it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, like, it was exclusive to PlayStation for a really long time, and that exclusivity contract has run out. So now it's going to be on PC, Xbox, Switch. It's going to be on everything. So if you couldn't play Persona 5 Royal because you didn't have a PlayStation, very soon you'll be able to. It's even on Game Pass. So if you have an Xbox or a PC and you have Game Pass, go ahead and play it. It's going to be included.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple honorable mentions.
What do you think this is? Caster Shield?
Wait. I didn't want to put Pokemon on the main list, just because
I get it.
Pokemon gets a little repetitive after a while, and a lot of people don't realize that Pokemon is an RPG, but it is. But I got to put Pokemon Gold and Silver on there. That's Gen 2. That was my go-to. I will still play that game sometimes if I want to play a Pokemon game. And South Park Stick of Truth. I like that a little bit better than Fractured But Whole. But the South Park RPGs are fantastic games and funny from start to finish. And like a lot of other licensed games, they could have totally phoned it in, but they made a great game to throw all their comedy on top of.
Yeah, I actually need to. I need to still play those. My daughters played those, and don't judge me. Don't judge me. I watched her play them, and they were pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to get in on that. Okay, yeah, I guess I will go ahead and hop into mine. So I will just go straight to Dragon Age Inquisition.
Okay.
I will say that is the only Dragon Age I've played, but it is so good to me. I love the magic system in that.
Oh, yeah.
Magic system is great.
The lore of the magic, not even just the magic system, like the way you have, like the way mages work, and like the fact that they are potentially dangerous if like a demon gets a hold of them, just so good.
It's really great. And then just the lore in general. That's mainly what I love with RPGs, is the lore behind it. Because I don't play for combat. I play to learn about this world that these people built. Next up is, and I'm including both of them, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Love those games. I believe that is the first video game that came out that used the D20 system as an engine as well. Love that game. That game really opened a lot of doors, I think, and led to Mass Effect, which was a big deal. I think it's one of the first games that really at least popularized the concept of good choices, evil choices. So that's a lot of fun.
Which just fits Star Wars so well, like Jedi or Sith.
Gods, yes. Next up is Dragon Warrior 4. It was really early on. I played it at my cousin's house. I just hung out with my cousin just a little while ago, and we were talking about that game. But it is, your top-down kind of turn-based RPG, really old. A lot of you going back to play it are probably going to be like, why am I playing this? But it's a legacy game, too. You start out, and you are like, I think the first one you play as is the merchant. And then you go out and you sell some stuff, or you go out and you adventure and you get stuff. You come back to your shop and you sell stuff. That's how you make money. It's really cool. And the cool thing about it is, like, when you go out, your wife gives you a lunch. That lunch is like the only healing potion you get. You go out, you fight, you use that healing potion to either get back home or adventure for a little while longer. And you come back with the stuff, and the next day you just sell stuff. You choose when you go, you choose when you sell. Regardless, there is a main story to it, and you eventually get to this little part of the land where you settle down, and you start up a merchant tent there. Next part of the game, you're playing as somebody else, but then you go to that part of the land, and there's a whole city there now. Because that merchant started up a whole city around it. It's really cool. It's really cool.
RPGs with time skips in them in general, it's such a cool concept to where like you can see actual ramifications from what happened from what you did in the first half of the game.
Yeah, there's a Final Fantasy game that I really love where you play as a character and then you end up forming a romantic relationship with somebody else, but you could choose who you form the relationship with, and then you get a kid based off of that relationship. So there are multiple combinations to this game. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. The first Final Fantasy is my next one. I've talked about this game more than once. Don't need to really go back into huge detail. It is, again, one of my favorite games in general, but one of my favorite RPG games. It definitely started my love of RPGs, so there's no way this couldn't have made it on the list. And then finally, and I saved this one for last, because I realize that there's going to be a rant that comes with it. Cyberpunk 2077. All right? Now, I've talked about this game more than once.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of you people
had a whole episode about it.
Whole episode. A lot of you people are jumping on the bandwagon now. A lot of you people are loving this game now because of the DLC that came out. A lot of you loving this game now because of the anime Edge Runners that came out. You know what? Good. I fucking love you people. I love that you're finally jumping on this bandwagon because maybe this game will get a fucking sequel now. All you people that weren't on board with this because your little fucking game systems couldn't handle it and you believed them when they told you that it would work, or you got this game and you put it on your computer and you put 80 mods on it and you're like, I don't know why it broke down. Yeah, whatever. You're here now. I'm glad you're here. Love this game. You better go watch that anime too. Well, first off, that anime is amazing.
Sure.
But like this stuff. I want you to like this stuff because I want a sequel to this game. Night City is not dead. And I love Keanu Reeves, but maybe get one that doesn't have Johnny Silverhand in it.
Yeah.
We had our one callback to the old lore. We don't need any heavy-handed callbacks anymore. We're fine. We can move on.
Yeah, there are plenty of other cool characters that can come out of Cyberpunk that we don't have to rely on the old guys anymore.
We didn't even see Morgan Blackhand, but we got a taste of it. That's all we needed. We didn't need it. Now we can move on. 2099 or something. I don't know. Oh, that has a nice ring to it.
It does.
That would be good though. Cyberpunk 2099, set it around New Year's Eve, going into 3000.
Oh, yeah.
2100, going into 2100.
Yeah, that'd be smart. I like that, especially if you make it like the central point. Like there's some villain that's going to do something at midnight heading into 2100 and like make it like a timed thing where like you can do side quests, but the entire time you're doing side quests, the clock is ticking. So like how many side quests are you going to do before you need to like focus on that main quest and get shit done?
Yep. But yeah, that's my list.
All right, yeah, that's awesome. That was an awesome list. We had a lot of things in common in our lists, and like there are other places where like they were very different that I was not expecting.
I'll tell you what, if I hadn't changed the movie list, we would have had our list would have been almost the same thing. Honestly,
I believe it. I believe it.
At least two in common.
Oh, speaking of the movie list, and I hate to throw this in at the end, but I forgot my honorable mention for my movie list.
Oh yeah.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah. Oh, two King Arthur movies in the movie list. Nice. I don't know why that's in your fantasy list. I don't know why it was in my fantasy list. That stuff really happened.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, anyways.
I just love that like Monty Python and the Holy Grail ends with a literal cop-out.
Yes.
And like I didn't get that joke until much later on in life from when I first watched it. Yeah, like somebody like pointed out to me that it's a cop out, and I was like, "You son of a bitch!" Like, it really is a literal cop out.
Yep.
Man, why don't you wrap this one up, Baron?
All right. Well, yet another list down in the annals of the Casters Guild archives, and more to come. We have lots of favorite things, and as we I would argue that this entire podcast has been one big introduction of us to you, and these lists just narrow it down even more. We got more coming. And apparently we have one whole episode of favorite D&D YouTubers at some point. So
that's going to go on the list, yeah.
So just stay tuned. If you want to know some stuff, let us know. We are going to eventually run out of ideas for stuff that we want to share with you. Let us know. Let us know what you want, what kind of lists you want. What do you want to know that we like? I mean, we haven't even really... Have we talked about anime? Have we talked about...
A little bit. Yeah, we had an anime episode back in season 1.
Not our favorite animes or our favorite sitcoms. I don't know.
No, definitely not. We could definitely still do it as a top 10.
Hell yeah. Maybe you know what? Maybe we could even do some versus videos too. We choose two favorite characters out of geekdom and we argue about who would be the winner in said fight, and then we both choose the same guy and end up being a very short episode.
Yeah, he'd beat himself at the end.
But yeah, so yeah, just stay tuned. We got more stuff coming for you, more lists, more getting to know you, more getting to know each other, more getting to know ourselves.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Casters Guild, and stay tuned in. We are getting close to the end of season 3, but we've got a lot of really cool stuff coming up for you. As of this recording, we are recording this on the first day of fall. And October, spooky month is coming, and we've got a whole month full of spooky stuff coming for you.
I would be remiss if I did not wish a certain Mr. Bilbo, Mr. Frodo, and Miss my mom a happy birthday today.
Not quite as cool, but it's my dog's birthday today, too.
Oh, happy birthday, your dog.
Renfield is my dog. He's my corgi, and it's his birthday today.
What are corgis but Hobbit?
Hobbit dogs.
Hobbit dogs.
Yeah. That's fantastic. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for our 24-hour charity stream coming in November. Twitch links are in the description, so go ahead and follow us now so you can see when we go live for that. And, just let us know about your favorite top 10s. Get on Discord, email me, castersguild@gmail.com. Let me know your top 10 list for these things. And, maybe we'll talk about your top 10s on the next top 10 episode. But thank you so much. Check us out on all the socials, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Top 10 favorite goodbyes right there.